That's true. Okay, so tell me what we got here.
Okay. Do you want it on the overhead or not?
Yeah, they want to see it too.
Okay.
Start at the top there. Now, if you can't see this, you can come up closer. I can't make it any bigger than that. What do we got? Where we got first?
All right, so this is in Parktown, North Carolina, where Lucky lives, right?
Where is that, Lucky?
Next to Fayetteville, 5 miles away.
Fayetteville?
Yeah,
Okay.
5 miles away.
All right.
Okay, so I got the lead, and I called him, and he said it was listed last week. So I could have given up, right? But I didn't. So come to find out that I went ahead and asked him the terms questions. I got him on the phone. I might as well say, well, I asked him the terms question, well, would you be interested? Because the reason is I knew that he was willing to sell for what he owed. And so I thought, well, let me just close this deal. And he said he could drop the listing. I says, well, first of all, I discussed the terms. So this is a subject to deal. His payments are $2,700 a month, PITI. It will rent for $29,419 according to Zillow, and of course we know we can raise that for a tenant buyer. Because we're taking over his loan is 29 years left on the loan. And so
he's only been in the house a year.
thank you, Reef.
So what does that tell you about list you ought to mail to? You remember yesterday when I said mail to low equity? A lot of people. In fact, the first house I showed you yesterday, they were in it 3 years. The second house I showed you yesterday, they were in it 2 years. Easy targets. And he's willing to sell for what he owes because you don't have much equity in it. What's the ARV on it?
The ARV on this is 420, right, Lucky? You saw some in there for 420?
Yeah, I saw a neighborhood that's been sold recently for 420.
And he owes what?
The realtor has it listed right now for 400. The ARV's about 420. He owes, I'm on the phone with him, and he said on the phone he owes $342,721.87. On the phone, he knew those numbers exactly.
Yeah.
I said, okay, well, will you sell for what you owe? And he goes, well, I'd really like to get what I paid for it. I said, well, what'd you pay for it? He said, $349,900. And I thought, he's going to give us the house subject to 29 years, good payment, and it's a beautiful house built in 2018, needs nothing, granite, stainless steel appliances, sunroom, fenced, irrigation, everything. And I says, well, yeah, we could work that out.
How many square feet?
It's 3,044 square feet, 5 bedroom, 4 bath.
That's a good sized house.
It's beautiful.
That's the American dream right there.
It is beautiful.
Now, you would not buy that house subject to, Barbara.
Right, well, so.
We're going to buy it on a wrap.
Exactly.
We're going to wrap it for the same amount that he owes and give him that little bit of cash that he wants.
Okay.
I assume it's in great condition, right?
It's in perfect condition. So if you look on my notes right here, I said, and I asked him, do you want to buy another house? And he says, yes, he wants to buy another house in 2 years. So we're going to see where I put my notes right here and do a wrap. Now here's why. You're doing the seller an injustice if you do it subject to, because then he can't go buy another house. But you can still do it subject to those terms. In other words, it's 29 years, so you're going to do owner financing, you're going to do a wraparound, you're just going to do it for the 29 years that he has left. But you don't do it on a subject to, you do it on a wrap, as Ron said. So,
why?
Pardon?
I'm asking them, why?
Okay.
All only to protect the seller. Doesn't do a thing for you. In fact, it might be cheaper for you to take a subject to, it would be here, but I don't care. This seller needs to be able to prove that he's got enough income coming in to wash out that debt, or he won't get qualified for a loan anywhere, most likely. Now, you might think you can't get one VA loan. Well, we just bought a house from a gal who'd already bought another VA house before we bought her house and took over her existing loan. It all comes down to their entitlements. So don't make that assumption. Now, in addition to that, subject to, if I buy a subject to and don't make his payments, he has no way he can take the house back. He has no control over that. In other words, he's screwed. So if the person that buys the house don't make the payments, you're going to destroy his credit, and it's going to be a mess, and he's going to be pissed. By buying on a wrap, he's got proof of the income, and he can foreclose if in fact he doesn't get paid. You do that for the seller. I had a question over here.
I'm just curious, are you in this area, Lucky, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so so we're giving him
Wait a
$7,178.
minute, did you
Go
just
ahead.
say you're from Jacksonville?
No, he's in this area.
Oh, North Carolina?
Yeah, he's right there by the house,
Too bad.
right? Okay,
If he was
so
about to sell that house, he didn't know it then.
yeah, so you got to find out what their hot button is. His hot button is his family was already in Arkansas. He wanted to move to Arkansas.
Just like our couple took 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. So
All right, so come on, let's get to the.
so
facts here.
$7,178 down, 20.
Who would put up $7,000 to buy a $400,000 house with no liability and a bunch of equity already in it? If you don't have your hand up, go back to sleep.
$2,700 a month payment for 29 years.
By the way, if you don't have the $7,000, what would you do?
Find it.
No, you need a partner. You need a partner.
Have you told them about the partner program if they're in the mentoring?
I certainly have. What do you think
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
talking about now? That was a
Okay.
hint.
Well, I didn't know if you'd already discussed that yet or not.
Okay, so what's the payment again?
$2,700.
All right. So now, what did you say you were going to do next year?
Okay, so yesterday he was going to go to his realtor. Remember I told you it's listed.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get under contract until that listing is released. So he's going to go to his realtor. I said, well, you have to get her to email you that the listing has been released. So that's what he's doing yesterday, and then I'm following up with him again
Well,
today
I
to
hope-
make sure that that's done. And then,
Hope you don't have a problem with that.
yeah, he shouldn't have a problem with that because he's in control of he's in control of the listing. Oh, and I asked him, so did she have money into it? Did she take photos? And he said that she spent $500 in landscaping. I says, well, don't you think that's fair to reimburse her for the money that she's got into it? And he goes, absolutely. So
Yeah, I hope he tells her that.
yes, we had that discussion.
Yeah, now, oh crap. I was about to say something, and it was brilliant too.
Sorry.
And I can't remember what it was. I'll think of it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you want this house, Lucky?
Yes, sir.
You better believe it. This is exactly the golden goose you want. This is what you're looking for.
When essentially when the guy called me from the bandit sign, right?
Oh,
Oh, he
yes.
did?
Yeah,
From a
yeah.
bandit
Cool.
sign.
And that was the only lead that I came. Essentially, he came in from the bandit sign, and I just started talking, asking some questions, and he said I figured that he recently got this house, and I figured that it's a low equity, but I asked him at the same time. I pulled the deal machine information about the house, and I saw when I'm talking, I see what is going on, and I asked him would you sell for what you own? He said yes. And then I said and then asked him about payments. I said is it okay if I just take over your payments? He said yes. And then I said okay. And then I didn't know what to do next because I don't know what to do. That's why I'm here.
That's why we have,
Okay.
that's why we have mentors, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because I'm doing wholesaling, right? And
Yeah,
from 100%,
I get it.
20%, I got those wholesales, and I see since I started doing those bandit signs, probably 80%, that's a 1 or 2 deals, potential deals per month. They
Okay.
just kind of passing by, and I know what to do that, and I know that's the money.
More than that passing by.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
So he's ready to close. I said, well, when do you want to close? Well, I want to close right away in 2 weeks, as long as I just need to give my
Okay.
employer 2 weeks. So he's
Yeah.
ready to close, and he's already ready and
You got
expected
pictures
for
of
us
the
to.
house.
No, I saw them on Zillow. They're gorgeous. But he's
Okay.
going to meet
Oh.
with them at the house, but he's already
good.
prepared that he's going to get a purchase and sale agreement.
All right, so then
And-
you need to leave with one here, Lucky. Mm-hmm. And you got a mentor yet?
No, is Barbara available?
Barbara is available.
I am.
She do pretty much anything for money.
No, I won't. Let me clarify that. He says that at every event. I will not. I don't know where you get that from, but I don't like that statement.
All right, so need to leave here with a contract. You got to fill it out and let her look at it, fix your mistakes. You got to go right in your manual and get a prototype to use from using these numbers. And then when you leave, you're only going to fill in the blanks. I'll leave the blanks that you need to fill in while you're there. So let's look at this thing. He wants $7,100 down. The payment can't change because that's what he's paying. And you don't even want to mention terms unless he brings it up.
We already discussed it. He's totally fine with the 29 years.
All right, so what's left to negotiate?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Did it all.
Kind of the way I like it.
Right?
All right. We still got to break it to him that we're not going to make payments till the third month. I don't do that till I'm filling out the contract. And so we're going to do this one. Well, you're going to take it to him, aren't you? That means you got to be prepared to handle that.
Actually, he's prepared to have it emailed to him because his wife's
Oh.
already in Arkansas.
Okay, even
Get him
better.
to sign it. We want to get that
All right.
signed.
So you go fill it out. Now, let me get there and play this game.
Okay?
All right. So,
You want to sit there?
yeah, that was the point. I'll see if this thing will even right. So, what are you going to do with the house once you get it, Lucky?
Pardon me?
What are you going to do with the house once you get it?
This.
Lease option it.
Yes,
Okay.
this option.
You think it's worth $420?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I didn't do the whole homework, but that's what I saw.
Okay. Well, if you remind me when we get to the ARV here in a few minutes, then we'll do the ARV on this one. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's say it's worth the $420. What you going to put it on the market for?
449. Too much?
Jeez, that's aggressive.
Oh, 429.9. 439.
If it's worth
435.
Hi, I'm 435. Do I hear more than
Good
36? Okay. It depends on other comps in the neighborhood. For example, if there's some in there higher, I might bump it up. But let's just say it's 429.9. Remember, pigs get fat, always get slaughtered. Okay, how much you going to advertise that you want down?
I'll ask.
What?
This one, at least 40,000.
That's what you're going to advertise?
No, I'm gonna ask questions. What is the maximum?
So you're not going to publish the down payment.
Pardon me?
You're not publishing the down payment.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna ask.
I can't lead you into that trap.
Well, a good mentor coaches. Some the questions.
Okay. I'm telling you right now, the way you describe this house, the nice size of the house, in your mind, you ought to be going for $50K. Which, by the way, Adel was offered today $50K down on the house we bought 2 weeks ago.
Awesome.
Then he's got one prospect that said, how much can you put down? It says, all I need to. I like that guy better.
Yeah.
So he's trying to reach him first. And then we'll follow through with the rest. Okay, let's call it 430. So now your buyer owes you 380. Okay, right? Now, you see the outgoing is 2,700. What do you think you can get on rent on this, Barbara?
Well, just the Zillow's estimate said 29.19.
I don't
I
care
haven't
what
really
it is.
looked at that.
Do not believe anything
Yeah.
you read on Zillow.
That's
Right?
30, probably 35.
I agree. This
Because
size
this-
house, easy 35.
Yeah, it's 3,044 square feet.
Realize that's $800 a month, Lucky, for years and years and years into the future. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Not to mention this beautiful money up here. All right.
And the back end.
Which 7,000 goes to him, of course. In fact, you should pay all the closing costs on this one.
Yes.
And you need to find out what they are real quick. In fact, you can ask Jay Connor.
North Carolina.
He's in North Carolina.
I think it's 1,500, if I might be mistaken.
Yeah, you don't know. You can't put a number on closing costs till you add up what it consists of and put a number on each of those components. All right. So, your buyer owes you $380, and you owe how much was it? $349.
349.9.
That's the balance of the loan, right? So we'll call that $350. So you got $50 up front and $30 in the back. True or false? For what? For
Oh,
30, what'd I say?
no. Once we pay the 7,000, it's 342.
Yeah, that's what the balance is.
Yeah, 342-ish.
So that's a zero right there, by the way. So I got 30 on the back end. Why is that not true? Correct. Every month that goes by, what I owe goes down. But my tenant buyer's price does not. So no, we don't give them credit for rent. Period. but we always get credit for pay down. So every month, your deal gets better and better and better. You owe less and less and less. And this is, I'll tell you, Lucky, I just had this conversation with Sophia at lunch. You get to select the tenant buyer you want. And frankly, the worse their credit is, the better I like them. Why?
Because he's not gonna
Correct.
pay
Less chance.
off in 2 years, and then he can stay and pay
Absolutely.
off or get another one, another 50.
She was just telling me she's got 2 of them cashing out. And I told her, well, that's your fault. You put tenants in there that have too good a credit. Don't repeat that I said that, please. Because to everybody out there, he's just stealing money from them. No, I'm not. I give them 2 years to clean up what's broke. I just know they don't do it. No, they don't do it. And of course, if they got good credit, what are they going to do? Then they're probably going to go to a bank and get a loan on it. And there goes my golden goose. This deal is almost a carbon copy of the one I showed you yesterday. This deal will net you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next 10 years or so. And you continually get that monthly spread. This is called residual income, guys. This is what you're shooting for right here. Get a handful of these and you don't have to work anymore. And this money's coming in whether you get out of bed in the morning or not. In fact, it comes in even when you're dead. It's called residual income. And that's that's the kind of income you want to shoot for, which you don't get in the ugly house business. All right, you need a contract on it. You go write it. They got some blanks back there. And then let her look at it. Okay? Then I want to see it when she says it's okay.
Okay.
See, I have to check on my people every now and then.
Yes, sir.
Especially this one.
Of course.
All right, thank you.
So you guys realize that that 30 is not likely 30, because
No,
if
it's
he
more.
puts that tenant buyer in there and they don't exercise their option, then we have 29 years on this. He'll put another lease option buyer in there.
But
There
don't
comes
be-
another
Don't
50,000.
be surprised, though, if he nails you down to a term before you get to closing.
Yeah.
All right? So you better be prepared for that.
Yes,
So
sir.
what are you going to say if he says, well, Lynn, when are you going to pay me off? I said, well, I'm going to make payments until you're paid off sometime in the future. If he persists, he might nail you down to a particular number of years. So then what are you going to say? What are y'all going to say?
Then
No, well, okay, well, what are you thinking? You'll give me a number. I say, listen, geez, some people give me 30 years. Some people give me 15 years. I haven't had one give me less than 10 years in a long time. You can do 10, can't you?
Yeah.
It's exactly how you say it. In other words, you're expecting him to say yeah. Not, would you please give me 10 years? You know, this is my first deal. You know, I need your help. And could I get your support? No. You've got to ask it like you believe they're going to give you the answer you're looking for.
yes, I can say how close to 30 years you had.
You can do that,
Yes.
and then he might go up a little. But I don't even want that conversation to come up now. Make sure you don't bring it up.
No.
Okay. So in your contract, we'll talk about when the payment starts on paragraph 18. All right? Good one, man. So where'd you get this lead?
Bandit sign.
Oh, bandit sign.
Yes.
Oh, those.
Actually, those bandit signs, they are like, from my experience, they're like super high quality leads.
Yeah, of course, I told you.
I got one junker from that lead.
Yeah.
I got another junker, and before coming to the seminar, I got another call from another lady. Also has a junker, and when I check, she wants like 70, and I check the tax assessed value is 100, but I haven't seen that yet.
No.
So she's asking like why below that.
I don't ever want you to be looking at the tax assessed values to determine the value of the property. It has nothing to do with market value of property.
Yes.
As you're-
I know, but usually when they say last, usually it's a good sign, no?
Well, that depends on where the seller got their asking price from. Every once in a while, they do get it from the tax assessed value, and then my heart goes,
Yeah.
because I know it's way,
Because they think that's the value.
way under the value. My home is assessed at $1,025,000. It appraised for $2.7 million 15 years ago. Where do they get this number from? I don't know. I ain't telling them. I don't know.
So where did you put your bandit signs out?
Actually, I put them, actually I have a lot. I have like a 300, and I put essentially for the weekends, over the weekends from Friday till Sunday, and I put maybe like a 6 or 7 before the intersection, but it's on the main road. But it looks like a lot. It looks like the guerrilla marketing kind of thing. Looks like
Yeah.
this guy is like the
Yeah,
real deal.
how long do they stay up?
Pardon me?
How long do they stay up?
Actually, it's been very nice run for the past couple of months, but this Sunday, there is one guy from like a neighborhood police watch, I assume. He cuts always, but I know where he cuts, but I was surprised essentially this Sunday,
He's from the
he
city.
cut almost like 100 bandit signs. My heart cried. But guys, think about it, the bandit sign, the cost on the eBay, on the internet, on Amazon, it's like a $1, even less. So is it worth it if you cut like 100 signs?
What do you mean
put it
$1?
on-
$1 printed on that fiberboard?
I handwrite, but that's just the kind of the blank.
What do you mean you handwrite it? After you get the blank board?
Yeah, essentially, I buy those. It says we
Corrugated.
buy houses
After
on
you-
a yellow or
oh.
white, but then I do the handwriting as you said.
As,
It's more.
with the phone number or the whole
Yes,
ad?
with my Google Voice.
Okay. That's up to you. Me, I'm gonna order them done. Okay. And you're gonna go put them out. Pretty soon you're gonna delegate that, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what kind of neighborhood are you putting them in? Low price, medium price, what?
Actually, this one I put on the major streets.
On a what?
On the major streets.
Major streets.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have to take them.
That's where they're gonna come down the fastest.
Yes.
All right, I like putting them on the side streets off the major thoroughfares, but still get plenty of traffic going through the neighborhoods. In the neighborhoods that interested in buying houses in. Because if you put them out on the main thoroughfare, they're gonna be gone very, very quickly. Now, you live in a very small city, your rules ain't as bad as some of them that live in the big, larger cities. And you won't know till you put some up. Okay, and it's normal for the city to come along with a big knife and slice the sign up. They can't reach it, they can reach it, they just pull it down and throw it in the back of the truck. I seen a truck one time with signs stacked this deep in it. I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it, because it's illegal to begin with. So you can count on them coming up missing. Putting them up Friday, that's age-old theory, but honestly, depends on where you live. You can put them up on Monday. Some of them will stay around for a long time, and some of them are going pretty quick. And then you got the neighborhood sign police as well.
That's true.
Nicer the neighborhood, the more them police you got. They're not really police, they're just people in the neighborhood that take them down. Like I remember one guy in my class, he said, listen, I found this guy had a bunch of my signs in his truck. I tried to buy them back from him. he said, no, he won't sell them. All right, you know what to do next, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's get it done today.
Thank you, Lucky.
Yeah, thank you, Barbara.
Get to this next